trust. Me taking no loss. We be the hottest on the scene.
Well, first opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And we are underway from the Superdome. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 2nd and 2, Winston looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They'll get this out to Kamara. Oh, look at the juke. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st and 10, Winston. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. The Saints had 8 and 5 to start play, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Play action now. Winston. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Kamara trying again. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, Is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. Throwing, Winston. Finding Alvin Kamara for the completion. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. They want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking for Ridley on the out route. He's got him. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. For these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep. For the first time with Myles Gaskin. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll set up to throw. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a 1st down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has. And if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Here's Algier again on second down.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Now back to throw.
And complete to Drake London. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 30. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Touchdown, Falcons! Cordarrelle Patterson, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Falcons are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So they took their shot. It was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And 2 of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making. Both on display right there, and it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
Beginning on the ground with Patterson. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
He'll drop to throw.
Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Taken down by Pete Werner.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they're going to get this up to midfield. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Algier going straight ahead.
Bradley Roby, the quarterback, there to make the stop.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to hold that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. They'll look to throw here. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. There's Chris Olave. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara to the 43, 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are able to move back in front. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you. My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Ready?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded at about the 28. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. With a slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Deion Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Meanwhile, Winston throw complete there to Thomas. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
On third down, Winston. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Picked up by Pete Werner. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, he was looking for just a short throw. Kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick 6.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
wanting to risk anything here late in the half. He'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. 1 second, all that remains.
He's going to look deep down the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And they're down on the scoreboard. Sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with something you don't ordinarily go with in the NFL. That's a little fire and brimstone. You've got to fire these guys up. Make them understand what's going on out there. They were so sloppy in the first half. Too many turnovers. Tighten things up. Maybe get in their face a little bit. Get in their grill. And then send them back out.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, when the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw.
Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
46 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Saints are going to get the football back at their own 17. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at their own 17-yard line.
He'll start with a give to Kamara.
There's the stiff arm. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll go option to the short side. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a first down.
I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. That play disrupted and stopped for a loss by linebacker Troy Anderson.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
They'll try to throw now. Winston.
The slant complete to Michael Thomas. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And the Saints are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back. I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
On second and goal, Winston. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Third and goal, Winston. And that will be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for them. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball-hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Winston. And this one too low.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
That 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Winston.
That's complete to Troutman, right side. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Jameis to throw it. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Room here to run.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
Now Winston. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jarvis Landry, 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Saints are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
Would have moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Second and 6. And that's caught. It's Bryan Edwards. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 38-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw again. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Desmond Ridder, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Falcons are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This taken in at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, fourth quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
They're looking to throw this. Winston. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Winston. Dance, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
1st and 10, it's Patterson.
And some space here. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta.
8 yards on the touchdown pass.
And the Falcons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. But it's going to be 2nd down.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Winston to give. It's Kamara.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
To throw is Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Marcus May with a pick.
And the Saints are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Winston goes ahead, takes the knee, and that should be all she wrote. So this one a victory here for New Orleans.
And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover,